Hello students, welcome to part 3 of chapter 5, Origin and Evolution of Life. Today I will discuss about Urey Miller experiment. Let me tell you, this is again deleted for board 2020. But it's a very important experiment, so let us go through it. Stanley L. Miller and his teacher Harold C. Urey provided the first experimental evidence in support of Oparin's theory of chemical evolution after 30 years of its presumption. They tested the hypothesis through an experiment commonly called as Urey and Miller's experiment in the year 1953. As a part of the experiment, they designed an apparatus and simulated the prebiotic conditions. They designed a glass apparatus and this was called as spark discharge apparatus. It is a closed system of glass. It had a large spark discharge glass chamber fitted with tungsten electrodes. It had a flask for boiling water. So this is the flask which is boiling the water. These are the tungsten electrodes and this is the discharge chamber. A side tube connected to a vacuum pump. So this is the vacuum pump. This is the side tube. A cooling jacket and a U-shaped trap. Can you see this U-shaped trap? This is a U-shaped trap. And this is the cooling chamber, the condenser. Cool water is coming and then going out. Thus it is cooling chamber. The apparatus was sterilized and evacuated. Methane, ammonia, and hydrogen gases were pumped in the proportion of 1:2:2 in the glass chamber without allowing the air. Air was not allowed to pass into this chamber to create a prebiotic environment. Water in the flask was boiled. So here the water is boiled at a very low temperature to provide necessary water vapors for the reactions, and so these water vapors they pass through this tube. This was simulating the oceans present in the primitive Earth. It was similar to the oceans that were present during the primitive Earth. Water vapors and other gases were circulated continuously through high electric sparks of 75,000 volts. So here the voltage provided was 75,000 volts. It was simulating the effect of the lightnings that occurred during those periods, and it was carried out for several days. Later, mixture of gases was allowed to pass through a condenser. You can see here the condenser. The mixture of gases was now allowed to pass through the condenser. Liquefied mixture was collected at the trap. This is the trap present at the bottom of the apparatus. What were the observations? The trapped product was analyzed for its content, and it was found that a variety of simple organic compounds, especially amino acids and sugars, were formed. So, amino acids and sugars were formed in that trapped region. What is the significance of this experiment? Using a spark discharge apparatus, Urey and Miller demonstrated the formation of amino acids, sugars, and other simple organic compounds by recreating the conditions that might have prevailed on the primitive Earth in the laboratory. What is the inference? Thus, Urey Miller's experiment provided vital proof that the essential building blocks, the nucleotides, the amino acids for the first living organisms could have been formed on primordial Earth. The synthesis of the first proteins was probably non-enzymatic. So this is Urey and Miller's experiment. Students, in the next video, we will now discuss about organic evolution. Thank you.